right, here we are live. Let me double check real quick. What's going on, everybody? Here with my man Grant once again. Let me double check this, make sure it's good. Should be kicking in just a second. Yep, there's Hawks. I see a few people. Yeah, okay, there's some people in there. Good deal, good deal. It's weird on this side. On this side, like I'm trying to look at it in a different window and I can't.
Yeah, I can see
it. It still says it. There we go.
Yep.
All right, there we go. I just got it. There we go. I needed to make the chat over there, but let's go ahead and get things going, man. We're gonna kick back and talk like we do on Fridays with my man Grant. We both have probably some good stories about going to the Pixel store. We literally just got on one. So if you stream, folks, just get ready to things to fall apart as soon as you get ready to hit the button. Every time. That's just how it goes. What's going on, everybody? I see you guys coming in. Hey, Diabolical Daddy. Or is that? Oh, that says Diablo Daddy. I thought it said Diabolical Daddy. Fonzie, and then we got Hawks in here and a few other people still lurking in the chat. I appreciate you guys coming in. Oh boy, this is going to be now that the when was the event? We haven't streamed since the event. Oh yeah, the event was the other day. The event was what, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Oh man, yeah, it is definitely an interesting conversation to behold now because wow, they definitely did a number on everybody, I think, with the presentation, if you want to call it that, a presentation or whatever it was.
It's a show made by Google Show, right?
Let's before we actually get into anything, let's actually talk about that first. I want to start there because there's so much that okay, first disclaimer is I did not watch this whatever it is, whatever they call it. I didn't watch it, so I can't speak too much on it, but I can tell you when people in your feed like things and they share things, it pops up. So there's a whole bunch of little inserts about what happened. And the first one that I want to talk about is when the lady said Apple. She said, you can use your Apple products. And Jimmy Fallon looked at her and said, can you say that? This has got to be one of the worst.
Well, it's hilarious because she's the VP of marketing.
That is so bad.
She's all like, works with Apple MagSafe, and Jimmy's like, I don't think you can say that.
Yes. She was like, she started fumbling. What's going on, Bradley? I see you guys coming in.
Pixel Snap. It's Pixel Snap.
Yes, that is embarrassing. And
she's leading marketing, so you would think she would understand the branding around Pixel Snap, not MagSafe.
That is embarrassing. And that goes back to what we talked about last time, using other products at your event. And I guarantee she has an iPhone. No doubt about it. I bet
this is why you need to actually have actual demo people do it and not have your executives do the demos.
Absolutely.
They can do the talking.
Yeah.
But if you want to run a smooth demo or anything like that, you should have people that are, that's their job, just to run demos, right? There's people experienced in doing that.
Yes, she was lost. She was lost. And it's embarrassing, to say the least. I think this is why I go back to, I said it before, I'll say it again. You really should be using your own products. And I know you can't force a person to do so, but I just think it's really embarrassing, very embarrassing when you're the person in charge of this and you don't even know what to say about your own product.
Well, they tried to make it more like a casual, like, kind of a in-person kind of talk versus like a presentation. So I think everyone was having that. It feels like a QVC kind of thing. But it felt like, how Samsung's doing the same thing. Samsung has their Samsung Live stuff on YouTube and Twitch. They do the same thing. They actually have, they hire people. They do the same thing. They have the desk with all the products, and they're kind of just showing off the products and having a casual conversation. So I think Google tried to do the same thing. So there's no real script, right? There's probably just talking points. But, when you have kind of free form talking and no script, that's stuff that's going to happen.
And, we don't, I'm scriptless for everything. And so, but when you have something like that, that's a bad idea. And, I don't personally have anything. I'm trying to hold my laughter back. I think it's hilarious. I don't personally have anything against these people or these companies hiring celebrities. I said it all the time. Hire a celebrity, but make them just be a guest. Don't have them any part of the presentation, perform afterwards or something. Samsung has been doing this for years. If you go to a Samsung event, They're going to do all their presentation, and then they're going to have a party, and then the people are going to perform. That's how Samsung's been doing it for years. They've been just doing, and I just think that's the better way to go about doing it. I think that's a better way of going about doing it. And I think once, hopefully, Google has learned their lesson, because everybody online, and that's the only clip that I think I've kind of decided to watch, is that one that, because there was so many things popping up in my feed. I was like, I'm not going to watch all these things because I didn't want to watch the presentation. So once I watched that one clip, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I didn't miss anything. Furthermore, with this horrible presentation that they did, is it me or did everyone's feed get loaded with an early embargo drop from everybody? I mean, the event didn't go live for like an hour, and everybody's videos who had the phone or got some hands-on time with it dropped about an hour ahead of time. So did they do that on purpose and say that they didn't know the time zone difference, or did Google slip up and do the wrong time? It's horrible. I see some people. Oh, I lost you, Grant. I see some people saying you had an echo, Grant. Yeah, I think Grant's going to fix his audio or something like that. But yeah, I can't hear you. We were having some issues with Grant. Every time we get live on here, it was me last time, and now his audio is messing up. I see some of you guys saying that he had some feedback. Somebody said, yeah, it was weird, but yeah. Anyway, Grant's going to jump back in here. The weird part is that I think Google should get a hold of I don't think they should be leaking out their phones ahead of time anymore. I don't think they should. This is hurting them in a major way. And so when it comes to purchasing the phones, you were able to buy the phones before the event. In the chat, if anybody bought the phone before the event, let me know, because I did. I bought the phone before the event even started. I didn't even bother because I knew I wasn't gonna look at the event, and I said I'm not gonna look at it. So I'm just gonna go on here. And sure enough, about an hour before the event even started, videos were out, and I had already bought the phone, and I was going on with my day. I was outside. I went to the car. I was doing other stuff while this event was going on. I just wasn't impressed. Grant, you get your audio back yet? You good? Can't hear you. Nope. I don't know what it is. He's gonna jump back. Everybody check out Grant's shirt though. He's balling out of control. He was able to get the new shirt before I went to the Google store, by the way. And the store I'm at is a new store. I still can't hear you, Grant. The store where I'm at definitely is nothing on the other. Like, he went to the store, he bought that shirt. They have like full on merch there. When I got to the store, when I went down there to the Google store here where I'm at, they were still setting up. They had everything kind of torn apart, and like the store was open. The store had been open all morning, and I guess maybe they just got their demo phones, or I don't know. But you would think that on some kind of launch day they would be more prepared. And I've talked about this before. Going to that store where I'm at, I've talked about it. It's not a good experience every time. It's not like it's close to me either. It's kind of far. It's like 45 minutes, and I get over here and I can never make a purchase. It just doesn't work right. Happens every time. Grant, looks like Grant's still having some problems, man. I hope his audio comes back. Still can't hear you, man. You can go in and out real quick and I'll let you back in if you want to try that. How's my audio, folks? Audio good? Sounds like my audio is good. Yeah. Before the stream, we were having some issues. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it trucking. So I decided to not watch the stream or watch that live stream that Google did once I saw what they were doing. Now, I saw someone type that some people in Team Pixel were bitter. And I said, well, I don't respond to stuff like that, because basically what they're trying to say is, some of us because if you don't know, they've eliminated Team Pixel, right? They've just canceled out this whole program. And I'm not going to put the email out there that they sent out to us original members, but I can tell you what it said. It said, we are switching to lifestyle, is what they're saying. And I think pretty much they just want new, fresh faces. And also what I noticed about some of the people that are getting the new sponsorships and getting the phones from Google, it's numbers. They're looking at numbers. And in my other video, and I'm not faulting Google at all. I'm not that person that got online and trashed Google for eliminating Team Pixel. Wasn't me. You guys pointed those people out to me. People were furious that Team Pixel got eliminated, but I was just blessed and fortunate to be in Team Pixel since day one. And so when it dissolved, I said, cool. I think it stopped at the 8 series. That was the last, for me, it did. And kind of in the middle, like from 7 or 7 forward, I think they started adding different people. And eventually they sent out this email saying, oh, we're doing lifestyle, or just some other reason that they gave to not have Team Pixel. And I just said, okay, there was no response needed. But now that I look at where we are with the people who are getting the devices, it's definitely turned into a numbers game. And I'm not going to knock Google for wanting to get their numbers. They want to get more of their product out there, and they want to use YouTubers to do it. And I'm not going to fault them for that. If I was a company and I needed to get more people involved, and I can all I have to do is give a phone that costs $800 or $1,000 to a creator. Let me let Grant back in. There we go. There you are, Grant.
I don't know if it's working now.
Oh, they'll tell you in a second.
I still got that. I still hear it.
You can still hear it?
Yeah.
Remember last time on your stream, I had to switch devices. Remember I had to get my MacBook to stream on that one for some reason? My Mac Studio thing wouldn't work, but my MacBook did. That was weird when I had to do that. Behind the scenes stuff, guys. Back on one of Grant's streams.
I changed the mic.
Okay.
No, I can still hear the echo.
I think you can hear it too? I can't hear anything. Yeah, but the last time we were on here,
because I'm using earbuds, so it's not me.
I have no idea. The last time, you using the same buzz that you did last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same setup I had last time too. I have no idea what it is. Can you guys hear? Oh, he said it's working much better, Grant. I guess they're starting to hear you now. They're saying it's working better.
I can still hear an echo.
You can? I can't hear anything. That is strange. Do you have a backup mic going?
Sometimes I just changed my mic and I still hear it. I changed the mic and I still hear it.
That's so weird because I had like I have 2 mics and one of them was on last time.
See, I was using this one. Yeah, now I'm using a shotgun. And
Will said it's still there, but it's not bad. And it's when Grant talks, I guess, because he already knew this before we started, but it kind of went away, and then I have no idea. Yeah, they said it's still there. I have no idea. I made sure I turned my other mic off, and I don't have anything else going. Let me see here. Hold on, let me check something. I'm gonna check something on my side. I had an extra window going open. Let's see now, Grant. Say something now. See if they hear an echo. I'm gonna change it to a different.
I changed
device.
it again.
Oh, you did? Oh, you can still do it?
I can still hear it.
Oh wow! I thought it was me on.
Let me change my output.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was on my side because I had another window open, so I was like, maybe it's me doing it, but I don't know.
All right, I changed the output.
Okay. It's still there?
Yeah, I changed everything.
I have no idea what it could possibly be. This is the same setup.
It's got
so weird. I wonder what.
I changed everything.
Oh, did you change browsers?
I mean, it's not. I changed everything. I changed my output. I changed my input.
I have no idea. Well, folks in the chat, is it really, really bad? Is it really bad?
I can clearly hear it.
Oh man! Typically, that's something with the audio source, like either there's a dual microphone setup going somewhere. It can
Yeah, I changed everything.
Well, the only I can recommend at this point is turn off all your mics and use the mic that's on your actual computer.
That's what I'm on.
Oh shoot!
Let's see now. Maybe. Nope.
What is going on? He said it's not. Laurent said it's not as bad. Hate to take so much up on this stream with this, but we want you guys to have a good experience. We want to have fun. We want to chat with you guys too. All right. I'm gonna get some new comments here while we can see we can figure this out here. Laurent Isaac says, I believe it's YouTubers, aka content creators, that are selling the phone for Google since they couldn't do it themselves, obviously. Now, I think, okay, so there's three types of things that go on. Some people don't know this, but there's three types of things when you're online that go on. You have creators, you have influencers, and you have ambassadors. You have ambassadors. I mean, I don't want to have to break. I know some of you guys know what the difference is between all these types of people, but you have the creator, you have the influencer, and you have the ambassador. The ambassador is what LaRun is talking about. LaRun, you're talking about an ambassador. They're the ones that's going to push and push and push for people to, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. That should be their job, because they're more than likely, the ambassadors are officially locked in with whatever company it is, and they're signed on as an ambassador. They technically kind of work for the company. They've done some kind of agreement, and Google has a lot of ambassadors. They have a lot of ambassadors. At one point, I was kind of in their ambassador program, because you would see me. And also that was a part of Team Pixel too back in the day when when Team Pixel first started. We were pretty much ambassadors. It was a new thing, I guess I want to say. It was new. They were trying something new, and they created Team Pixel. And when Mark was in that, you guys probably don't know who Mark is. Some of you guys might know. But when he was involved with Team Pixel, it was phenomenal. You would see a lot of us doing little ads for Google and just a whole bunch of different things. I consider myself an ambassador for Google at that point, because they were paying some of us to do those ads. We would create a video, and they would take a part of our video and put it in their ad, and they would say, here's your compensation for this. And they just kept doing that. They kept doing that, and it was good. And, it didn't pay a lot, but it was something, but to me, that's the definition of what an ambassador is. You've signed up something with the company. You've got some compensation officially, like financial compensation. And that's the ambassador's role, is to push, 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 push. Let me get Grant back in here. Please, Lord, make this work. Please, God. You still can't hear, you hear it?
I got everything off. Yeah, I can still hear it.
Maybe your computer's too powerful.
I turned everything off, so I'm on
switch to a phone and you won't have that issue at all.
I'm on the laptop speaker. I mean, and
if you switch to an actual device, you will not have that problem. You can't.
Nothing on right now.
Yeah, like if you switch to like a mobile device, you won't have that problem. Just no way, because something is processing on your side that's making it have a reverb like that. Because I can't hear it.
Everything's on. There's nothing on my side.
I wonder if it's me. You think, could I be causing your?
On.
Huh?
I've got nothing on. I'm just on this laptop.
I wonder if I could be causing it for you. I don't have anything else open. I don't know.
It worked last time, so I don't know.
I know. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can keep it trucking. You guys can deal. You got to deal with Grant's reverb for a little bit.
I just won't talk.
No. You have to talk. So I'll put up Joshua's statement here. He said, "What do you think about the faster charging on the Pixel Watch 4?" I mean, I asked this question earlier in our private chat, and I was talking to Grant and some of those guys, and I asked him, "Is anybody even going to buy the Watch 4?" I have no intentions of buying the Watch 4. It's cool that it might have some faster charging, but I'm getting pretty good. My current Watch 3 and Watch 2 and Watch 1, when I fire it up, the battery actually got better. When you start to get a few software updates, the battery on it gets, for at least for me, I mean, these products are a year old. So, but the 4, like all things, I'm happy that it has, I'm happy that it has faster charging. At this very time, I don't think I'm going to pick up the Watch 4, because I'm being truthful. I don't even really wear the Watch 3 anymore. When I sold all my 9 lineup, I stopped wearing the watch. I still have Apple does too. I see a lot of their videos saying they get the Apple Finance. I guess he's probably talking about like the ambassador, creator, and influencer. Those are definitely those are 3 different types of people, for people that might not know. There's ambassadors, there's influencers, and there's creators. Those people are completely different. They're completely different, folks. They really are. You gotta know how to differentiate between those 3 people.
All right, and yeah, I still hear that. Go back up. And then you cut out and came back in. So
I did. I have no idea. Maybe it's Restream. It could be Restream. It's got to be Restream. It's got to be what it is. At least our hats look good. So only a few people have one of these, folks, and none of them are the same. Yes, none of these are the same. They're all different. Yep, they're all different. But yeah, this presentation that they did, this show, people were calling it a late night show, and they were calling it all these different names, because I think that when it comes to marketing your product, first of all, I think Google should be the golden standard for Android. First, I've always said this straight up. They should be setting the standard to where the way Android is presented. Instead, people see Samsung as the leader, like for a presentation of what Android should be. I don't think it should be like that. I think Google they're gonna have to do something to really grab other people to switch. Like, you see all the people that say, oh, I left my iPhone for the Z Flip 7. I personally now know several people who have actually done that. I didn't think it was true. Remember, I was asking last time, are people really switching? Now I know several people that have. And so that's what Google needs. I think people have, and we talked about it before on another thing, Google needs, they need a flip phone. They need a flip phone. They're gonna have to dig into a new market and take away some people because Samsung is just kind of holding that whole thing by themselves. They're not even really trying as hard as they could. Yeah, they're not even trying as hard as they could, but Google's not in that area. Google, to me, sounds so bad when I say it out loud. They're not even getting their current foldable right enough for me to say I'm going to do it again. That I'm just not. Yeah, I'm just not running out saying, oh my gosh, I need to hurry and buy this new foldable. The Fold 10 is going to be amazing. I'm not feeling like that. I have no ooh-ah factor. And maybe this is what it is. Maybe I'm just not excited about the Pixel phones as I used to be because other phones are getting really good. They're all high in price, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to pay those higher prices like that when you start to buy in a certain arena of the smartphone world. And those foldable phones, $2,000 is what you're looking at right now, and they're just kind of piggybacking off of each other about what the pricing should be. That's what I think. I don't think anybody's really trying to set their. If they really wanted to get gangster, somebody would just come out with a fold, and it would cost $1,000 because there's no reason why the fold can't cost $1,000. There's no reason why it can't. Absolutely no reason why it can't. Whatever role they play, I don't think anyone should sway someone from the phone they really like just in favor of their own opinion. I try to be I'm not the only one. There's plenty. Grant is another one. I mean, that's why I roll with Grant. We try to be as honest and straightforward as possible. I also found that when I review the phones that don't cost like $500 or $1,000, people actually get offended by that. That's so strange, right? Shouldn't they be excited that there's options?
Yep. I mean, real quick, my output on your side, what's it coming through?
Perfect.
Do you have it going through headphones?
No, it's coming through my computer.
Is it coming out through speakers?
Yes. Let me check something. Hold on.
That's why there's a reverb. You got to go to headphones.
Okay, I'll switch everything to this real quick. Hold on, let me see. Oh, you know what? Last time I did have it coming out of here, didn't I?
If you have it coming out through speakers, that's the echo.
Okay. See, I told you there's probably something on my side. Now let me get in here and try to figure this out real quick here.
But like you're saying, on the flip stuff, everyone pays attention to the market, right? So if the flips are really selling from Motorola and Samsung, Google's going to pay attention. And if they really care about selling these things, they'll probably come out with one. But they've already done the numbers, right? Should they come up with something like the flip now? So for them, for whatever reason, it's worth the effort of the investment. We'll see.
There we go. Your echo should be gone.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. The only thing is I got to keep these headphones on now.
I'll change the audio back.
No, you should be good now.
Laptop speakers right now.
I forgot this. I don't know if I remember if I wore these last time. I might have, and I had everything coming through one source. But what you were hearing was I had two microphones going. Apologies, folks.
So now if I change my mic, this might work now. Let's see.
It should. It should. There we go.
I'm just not going to touch anything. I'll just keep my mic.
Does Grant have an echo, folks? Is he good now?
I don't hear it anymore, so that should be good.
Okay, good. Yeah, what you heard probably was I had two. Remember I told you I had two microphones going by mistake? I had two microphones going by mistake. The other microphone going. I thought I turned it off, but when I got in the settings, it said that my backup microphone was on. Apologies, folks. It's called being human. Yeah, turn your other mic back on. Echo's gone. So, yeah, it's gone. You're good, Grant. You can do whatever you want. The echo's gone.
I'm just gonna keep it here. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Man, don't be so nervous. You're good. Go ahead and fix it. Do it. Turn your mic back on if you want to.
I don't think I can already because I'd have to like go out and come back in.
No. Hit the settings button next down there. Do you have that settings button?
It doesn't. I have to refresh the whole thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, you sound good though. There's no echo, so you sound good.
So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna touch anything.
As long as we killed off the echo.
Should be good. I don't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, big house.
Good deal.
Echo, so we're good.
Good deal. Echo's gone. Apologies, folks. Since I made that big mistake, I'm giving everybody in this chat, you get a Pixel 10, you get a Pixel 10.
Nobody wants it, man.
Man, you know what? That is bad, man. Do people really want the Pixel lineup? I know Gary does. We all know Gary does.
I told you what was going to happen, right? So if all the rumors are true, we both said what was going to happen, right? So all the rumors were completely true. And so whatever happened is exactly what we said was going to happen, right? Google was hyping this thing up real bad. And they came out with the same devices, just like the rumors said they would.
Yeah.
And even downgraded the Pixel 10 in some ways. And so now, to me, they're looking pretty bad. Like, you're going to hype this thing up, you're going to clown on Apple, and you're going to come out with some pretty subpar devices, right? And so, like we're saying, they put in a whole show and people are like, well, they're not trying to, the show's not for you, tech people, it's for the masses. I'm like, dude, no one's watching a show Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Absolutely.
The target audience, if it's the masses, right, they're not watching this show. So all the people are being sarcastically explaining this like we don't know this.
Yeah.
Like, I see a whole bunch of tech people explaining this online. Like, yeah, I think we all understand this. It's just that it's probably not working because the target audience isn't watching that show at 1 p.m. Even Jimmy Fallon joked at the beginning of the show, no one's watching this.
Did he? He said that?
He's like at the very beginning of the show, he opened it. It's like, I don't know if anyone's really watching at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. So he said that as a joke.
That's bad.
You're probably right.
That's bad. That's horrible.
They came out with the devices that were as rumored, which were pretty much the exact same devices or downgrades in some areas, and they tried to hype it up and clown on Apple at the same time, and their devices fell flat. And so,
do you think
now they're getting it?
Now that this has happened, do you think they have to take a new approach next year by not showing their devices early, halting all of these demo units that went out? Because again, everyone was able to buy the phones an hour before the launch of the presentation. Everyone else's videos came out, and the only video I watched was MKBHD's. That's it.
Yeah, embargo lifted an hour before the show.
But that doesn't make any sense.
And they published the devices for pre-order on their site. So once I saw the videos drop, I went to the Google store online. And it's like, they're all there. You can pre-order it right now. So I was just doing that. I was trying to look at all the trade-in values. I was trying to figure out how to get my order in before the show even started. So by the time it started, I was 20 minutes late to the show because I was trying to get my orders in and stuff like that. So I didn't care about the show at that point.
That makes no sense. That's just horrible. That's just bad, man. I think Google has to really regroup and think about how they're going to do their presentations going forward, because the way they did this one, for me personally.
Oh, so we're not doing the bucket hat anymore? Okay.
Yeah, I thought the Pixel, I thought the Pixel 2's launch was bad. Remember the Pixel 2 launch? This was a nightmare. This was a nightmare.
Well, the thing about the show was they tried to make it entertaining and kind of casual. Like, they had sit-down conversations. They had conversations over the products over the desk. But the problem was, like, that opening conversation with Rick Osterloh, the SVP of devices, right? Like, that was so awkward. It was just a sit-down conversation with Jimmy Fallon. They tried to do like the fireside chat thing that tech people do. And it was such an awkward conversation, right? And so Jimmy was trying to trying to lead him and trying to carry it, but it was just a very awkward conversation. At least that's what it came off to me. It didn't come off authentic. It came out as just really awkward. And I was like, and it was really long. I was like, just get to the products, dude. Like, this is just getting weird at this point. So like,
how long? Because remember, you checked it. I didn't check it out. How long was it
I
before?
stopped watching after a certain point because I was like, this is just lame.
How
And the
long
problem
before
is,
they
like, if
showed the
it's for
phones,
the masses don't want to hear from some tech executive at Google.
right?
They just want to hear they want to see Steph Curry, they want to see Jimmy Fallon. Like, they don't want to hear this guy talk for 20 minutes. So like,
How long into the event did you notice before they even showed the devices? Was it a long time before they showed the devices at all?
yeah, I think that opening conversation with Rick Oslo, that went for like, it felt like 20 minutes easy.
Oh my
So
gosh.
because I got there 20 minutes late, and I think that's when they just started showing off the devices.
Oh
So I
man.
was just like, and that's when they caught and I didn't even know who she was. I had to go back and rewind to see who's presenting, and she said she was the vice president of marketing at Google, and she's the
Yeah,
one that
she
mentioned
said Apple. She has an iPhone. That's why
she didn't
she's
even say
carrying an
Pixel.
iPhone,
She didn't even say Pixel Snap, which is what is branded. And you're the head of marketing, dude. Like,
which is embarrassing because he corrected her. And that's the only clip that I saw because someone else liked it or something, and it showed up in my feed, and I was like, okay, I'll check this out. And it was embarrassing. She was
I just
like,
stopped watching. At
yeah.
that point, I just stopped watching. I was like, this is just painful. Like, I'm not watching this anymore. I just went back to looking for what are the best deals that I could find. All the trading values from Best Buy. I'm like, I'm just trying to find who has the best deal. What are the trading values everywhere? I was like,
All
but
right,
like I said,
piggybacking.
I'm a tech person, so that's what's more interesting to me. But I still say, if the show is for the masses, I think it still fell flat for the masses.
It did. Let's go right into that, man. You segue, you put it right into the right position, pricing and best deals. So currently, I think a lot of people are going to say that Google Fi has the best deal because you don't need trade-ins, and which I think that is, to me, if you get a huge discount up front and you don't need a trade-in, that is a win. However, with Google Fi, you take the same device. Okay, so I went in there and checked it out myself. So I didn't go through Google Fi to get the Pixel 10. I just got it separately. I was going to do that, but I'd have to use it on there. I found that everybody's promos are different. So mine, I'm at the stage now, like you, Grant, where I just have to use it for a month or two or something like that, and then it's free and clear. I can move it off the line if I want to. But some people have to wait 24 months. They have to keep it active in order to get the credits. And so the longer you stay with Google Fi, they'll take that away. Like I've never even had that before. Like the 24-month thing, I've never seen that option because I've been on it for so long, and Grant has too. So the only thing we see is a big chunk off the phone. And that's it. And you can just buy it. And that's how I've done it with Google Fi. But I decided
Yeah,
not to.
the way Fi works is it's two deals, right? So if an existing customer, they give you a bunch off right off the top. There's no trade in, no nothing. You just get a standard discount of like whatever it is, 350, $400 off the price. That's what you pay. But if you're a new customer, so if you add someone to your plan, or you're just a brand new Fi customer, what they're offering is $800 of credits over 2 years.
That's a big,
So
yeah.
you have to pay the full price, and they'll just credit you back over 2 years if you're a new
Yes.
customer or you're added to someone else's plan.
Yes.
If you have an existing line, then you get that discount off the top immediately.
Right. Yeah. So, and the best deals, I think, Google. Okay, so let's compare Google next to Best Buy, because personally, I think Best Buy's deal is better. And here's why. I mean, you already know why, obviously, but they're both giving you. If you let's just use a Pixel Fold for example. If you pre-order through Google, you get $350 credit towards your next purchase, but you can only buy Google stuff. But you get the $350. No incentives, no nothing. Best Buy, though, you get a $350 gift card, and you can buy a new refrigerator. You can buy whatever you want. That is why I think Best Buy's deals are better. I think Best Buy's.
Like it's kind of like the Google's deal is kind of like Samsung, right? When Samsung gives you the discount up front, and then people keep recycling the device year over year, so that you have one chunk of change that you invest into Samsung, and every year you get a big trade in, and you keep reinvesting that money. Google is kind of the same way with the Google Store, right? So they're giving you their Google Store credit, and the good thing is if you're a Google One member, you get additional credit on top of that. So, for example, I think on my 10 Pro, I think it was $200 in store credit, and I got another $100 in additional credit because I'm a Google One member.
Yeah, me too.
So that's the same way though, but it's store credit. So if you just hold on to that, if you don't buy anything else from Google for a year, just use it for the next device. So it's kind of the same way. You buy into the ecosystem, you get the credit plus the trade-in value, and then you can just keep parlaying that every year, just like the Samsung deals.
Samsung, I think I still like Samsung's better. See, Samsung has an affiliate program. Google doesn't. Google's almost okay. I hate to say it, it sounds more like Apple. Google has some incentives, but it seems so controlled. With Samsung, you can earn unlimited 5% every time someone uses your link. That's been going on for how many years? Like I forget. Sometimes I log in, and I'm like, where does all this money come from? Because people are using my link. That's 5% unlimited. People can shop with your link, and you just keep earning money. I don't have any kind of affiliate links with Google at all. I don't even know they even have that. Just that one membership. I got that, but I also get military through Google, but I get military through Samsung too. But you're right. It is exactly like Samsung. It's just Samsung to me has a few more options, like the unlimited affiliate link of 5%. That's a lot. 5% if someone buys something, I think it's 5%, right? Something like that. That's a big chunk if someone spends $3,000, $2,000. That's a big piece of
On the
change going
Samsung
to
stuff,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big, and I forgot my affiliate link was down there, but it's down there. It's been down there for years. So um, I don't know. I think Google just needs to do some things a little different. I called them being like Apple as we transition over here from. I mean, what do you think about before we go there? What do you think about the trade-in values?
From Google.
Yeah.
So the way Google did it is they clearly want you to upgrade from like a older Pixel, like a 7 series and 8 series, because those trade-in values are actually really good. I think it was like if you're getting a Pixel 10 Pro and you want to trade in like a 7 Pro, I think you're getting like 425, 450 for that, which is good. A
Yeah.
Pixel, an 8 Pro was like $500, I
Yeah.
think,
500.
right?
Yeah.
And then the 9 Pro was only another 100, so 600. So
That's
if you're coming
yeah.
from a 7 Pro and 8 Pro, I think the trade-in values are really good, and that
Yes.
makes sense because that's probably who they're targeting with this device, right? It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same as a 9, and so like there's no reason if you've got a 9 Pro to get a 10 Pro. But
Right.
if you got a 7 or an 8 Pro, yeah, pretty good upgrade. And
Definitely.
you're getting a pretty good trade deal because I don't think you could sell your current 7 Pro or 8 Pro for that. So
Absolutely not. Maybe $50 or $100.
those are good trade-in deals, and those are more than
Absolutely.
Best Buy.
Absolutely better than Best Buy. If you put your Pixel Fold, currently your OG Pixel Fold in Best Buy, they're going to offer you $5 or $25. But if you put it into Google's system, they're going to offer you $600. And it's just kind of, it's a shame how the market has dictated that they feel the original Pixel Fold isn't good enough in the trade-in. I blame Google for that. I blame Google for that because that was their high-end device. And like typically Samsung, you're getting at least half of your money back. Samsung did that 1 year where they tried to mess people over, but after that they flipped back to those $1,000 and $900. They flipped right back to it because I think they were probably listening. You got to have some incentives to remain profitable because when you do your trade, for those that don't, I know Grant knows this, and some of you guys in the chat probably know this. When you do a trade in, it's not going back to Samsung. It's already sold to the third party company. It's gone. Like Samsung doesn't get your device, but what they have to do is when they're opening your box, if you're doing a trade in with Samsung or any company, you definitely should record yourself, putting everything together, take photos or something, put the date next to it, do something to protect yourself. Because with Samsung, I know for a fact, the company that does Samsung's trade ins, they videotape themselves opening your box. So they can't lie. So if ever you're in a situation, and remember Will H, he got screwed over like that last year with his Ultra. He said he didn't really fight though. I don't think he knew. But all he had to do was call Samsung and say, hey, look, they're claiming that my device didn't meet the expectation, but they basically sent him back his device and it was a brand new device. And what some companies are trying to do is get you to forget about it. And that company that Samsung uses, they'll try to mess you over. And I haven't bought anything directly from Samsung as far as trade-ins go. I haven't done it for the last 2 rotations because they did me like that. I sent in a brand new device. I don't know what it was. Flip 5. I don't know what it was. But it was brand new. And I even left the screen protectors on, and I sent the original box as well. And they still said, we're going to charge you the $800 or whatever because your device didn't meet the expectations. Do you want your device back? I didn't say I want my device back. I called Samsung and said, hey, you need to check and see, what's going on with my phone. And they called back and said, oh, there's lacking evidence on their side. They didn't record themselves open the box. They gave me the full credit. And they gave me some extra credits. So when you're trading in a device, it's risky, which is why I started going to Best Buy directly, or I'm going to start going to Google directly. I don't want to risk doing like my wife just bought the Ultra 2 or whatever it is. She traded in her Classic. It happened to her just whenever they said it doesn't meet the requirements. They said they want your device back. I said, just get your device back. because they were telling her that her device didn't meet the expectations. She sent in the box, the brand new everything. They still said it, and I think that company that Samsung's using, they're trying to just see who's going to respond and who's not going to respond, and they get your money and your product.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's always a crapshoot when you trade in online. You have to mail your stuff back, right? You hear all the stories about that happening, and it happens the same way with the Google store, right? But the problem with Google is even though they have stores, even if you set your device to pick it up at a Google store, you still have to do your trade in through the mail.
Horrible.
So and Google you always hear horror stories there too, because not only does it take a long time, like Google takes a long time. Samsung
really
has been a little bit faster in processing their stuff. Google can take a long time. Like you send it back. I've had pretty good experience through Google, but I've heard other people say it's taking forever for them to even process and look at their trade-in. And a lot of times when they do, same thing happens, right? They say, "Oh, no, not in good shape. You don't get the trade-in," or it's in completely different shape from what you probably in good faith mailed to them. And so that's why it's always a risk when you want to mail a trade-in.
Have you ever done it with Google? I've never done a trade-in with Google.
I've never done it all the time. And it's been fine every time. It just could take some time. That's the only problem. So if you need your money, it could take some time for you to get your cash back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, that's why Best Buy. If you go through Best Buy, always go in store. Don't do delivery, because if you do delivery, then you have to mail it back. You have to go through.
That's correct.
So always pick up in store and trade it in store, because you get the instant trade in immediately. So
yes, that's
before you walk out the store, you'll get the email that says it's all taken care of. It's done.
That's exactly why I started going to Best Buy after Samsung did me like that, and I was so mad. I was like, at first I freaked out, obviously, and I was like, wait a minute, let me just call. And surprisingly, I got somebody on the phone pretty quickly. I was shocked. I think I said something like complain or lost, something like I forget, and it takes you right to a person pretty quickly. But that triggered me to go to, and we talked about this like a year and a half ago in the chat room. I was saying I'm not going to Samsung anymore, and I haven't bought anything from Samsung. My Z Flip, all these phones, I went to Best Buy and got them because I like that. I found like $9 on a Best Buy gift card. I just it's so much stuff there, and I'll sell them all of my phones, and that's what I've done recently. With the 9 lineup, I sold the entire 9 lineup, for the exception of the 9A. For some reason, I love this phone, to Best Buy, and then I'm buying other phones like that. And you got to sell to Best Buy at the right time, because they get peaked. Sometimes they were giving more than Google, and they always match Samsung, because Best Buy has a relationship with Samsung. They have a Samsung booth at most Best Buys, and so they're going to match Samsung because they want you to go with them. But I've just been going into Best Buy. I've not done anything directly through Samsung, and I told my wife, don't do it. She's like, oh, I want it. And I'm like, all right, well.
The only thing you risk with Best Buy is if they're going to actually have the device on launch day. That's the only thing you're going to risk.
Correct.
Sometimes they mess up the launch, right? Didn't you go through that? What was it?
Absolutely.
Was it Google?
It was the Pixel. It was the Fold 2.
There you go.
It was what was it called? The Fold 2 or a Pixel 9 Pro Fold? It was a Pixel. Remember, they canceled my entire lineup. First, Google canceled my entire 9 of orders, and then I went to Best Buy and I got it in there. And then after I picked up my 9 Pro and my 9 Pro XL, those were good, but my 9 Pro Fold, I never got it, and I was furious that I lost that $350 gift card. I didn't have to cancel it, but I had already been waiting an additional month and a half or something, and it was back ordered on Google. So I said, you know what, screw it. And that is the reason I actually didn't initially get the 9 Pro Fold. I did order, and I went and paid up front. I did everything right there in Best Buy, but it just kept getting delayed for some reason. So
yeah, that's the only risk you run with Best Buy. They can have good trade deals. They have good, gift certificate stuff and instant trade-in deals, but they may not have the device on launch day sometimes. So
yeah,
it's a crapshoot.
Nathan says they did the same thing to him. A lot of people are starting to notice that the company that Samsung uses, and eventually Samsung's going to have to switch companies, because this is happening more and more now. I mean, it used to be flawless with the trade-ins with Samsung. Now, I think that company is stealing. They're saying, like, some people saying that they sent out, they're saying that they sent an empty box in. I've heard a lot of people saying that. Like, Samsung said I sent an empty box in. I'm like, what?
Or they'll say it's damaged. Things like that, and stuff happens, right, where it gets damaged to the mail and stuff like that. But most of it they claim like extreme stuff, like, oh, it's got water damage, or it's like completely random, like. So and it's always shady. So that's why when you mail in a device for trading, it's always a crapshoot.
It's always a crapshoot. So I went to the Google store. Grant went to the Google store, and Grant showed them that tight merch you got. Grant was able to get the Pixel 10 merch already. In my store here where I'm at, they don't have it. They were still setting up.
But they only have long sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
They have the long sleeve Pixel shirts with the binary code on the side.
That's dope. Over here. That is so nice. I gotta grab me.
They have mugs. They got mugs with the same binary pattern.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I think they had the shirts, they had the mugs. I think they showed it in the Pixel Superfans group.
Yeah.
So but they have it at the Google store. But that's all the merch they had for this. It was just the shirt, the mug, and all the regular normal merch. But
Yeah.
the store, see, I'm at the store right now. You can see it from the background. So
Yeah, right.
I'm at the store, so I know.
He's sitting in one of the back offices back
But
there.
I did get hands on there, and I like going to this Google store because they don't have that really ugly security tether back that Best Buy does, where you can't even see the back. It covers the whole back of the phone.
It's ginormous.
But the Google store, everything is, at least the Google store here, everything is untethered. They're just watching you like a hawk. So like they're watching me like take photos and record stuff. But and I sort of got like 2 or 3 people came up to me like, "Do you need some help, sir?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, man." I think they're worried me like pocket this thing because they see me like putting stuff in my pockets. You know, like, I was trying my Pixel my 9 cases on. You can reuse the case, and by the way,
I love that case. So, I love that case.
If you have a Pixel 9 or 9 Pro and you're getting a 9 Pro or a 10 Pro or 10, you've got to get new cases, sadly, because the camera module doesn't fit.
And they do it intentionally.
But predictably, right? Because we said in the chat, like, you can reuse your cases unless they do something where they slightly shift something.
Yep.
And of course they did that. You gotta make the money on the accessory, so they had to change it ever so slightly, even though it's exactly the same.
And that's what I talked about in my other video. I said they're trying to get like Apple. They're mimicking the exact. People can get mad at that all they want to. Now I'm an Apple fanboy. Wait a minute. Before that, I was a Samsung shield. Now I'm an Apple shield because I'm telling my opinion on certain things. But I think you just have to see it. Some people are just watchers. They don't really follow your channel as long as some others. And they're just judging you off of one video or one thing you say. But the fact of the matter is, I look at Google. I'm a long-time Google user. I had the first G1 like most people in this stream probably. We all had the first Android phone. And we bought every phone after that. But I think for the people that are upset when you hear they're starting to act just like Apple, you got to see it from a broader perspective. We've been watching them and buying their products. And even if Google sent me a phone, my history is to buy what they don't send because I want to experience everything. And if they don't send anything, I just buy the entire suite if that's what I want to do. So this year, it just seems like and I don't know if they're intentionally doing this, but they removed the SIM card from the primary devices, like the ones that bring them their bread and butter. The Fold doesn't bring them bread and butter. I need to look up real fast because I had a guy in the comment section tell me that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold it did very well.
All right, before we do that, put up JoJo's comment.
Okay.
And we'll talk about the eSIM because we all have opinions. So I don't know if this is about the case, JoJo, but if you're saying it's about the 9 cases to the 10, it's not just too tight; it doesn't fit. So I put this is my 9 Pro. I put this case onto a 10 Pro and a 10, and it does not fit. It goes on. It looks like it fits, but when you look at the back, the module shifted slightly down, ever so slightly, so it won't completely go on. So from the side, it's still popping out. So it just doesn't fit at all because they shifted the camera module slightly down, so it doesn't fit the case.
And they do that. That's getting that money.
So I'm just warning the audience, right? If you bought a 10 or a 10 Pro and you've got cases for your 9 or 9 Pro, and you're thinking you don't need to buy cases, you're gonna have to buy cases. Sorry.
I'm trying to see how many Google Pixel 9. Okay, so this person, I made a comment, Grant, in the other video, and I said, hey, I don't know if the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, because we were talking about the eSIM as we transition to the eSIM. Some people are saying, oh, that's just you techies or people who you guys think that that's a bad idea. Regular consumers don't care. Regular consumers are somewhat blind to the fact of their control that they could have. They're partially right. It's not that they don't care, it's just that they don't know. And when they go into the store, I don't know how many times when I used to go into carrier stores, I would see people just doing what the rep says. Oh, I can't let you get out here without a case. I got to put a screen protector on it. And they spend an extra $150. We can just go on Amazon and get the same stuff for $14. So there's a lot of taking advantage of consumers in the stores who just don't know. That is what's really happening. So I don't think that the average consumer doesn't care per se. I think they just are misinformed or ill-informed, that they just don't know the control that they actually have. They feel trapped because they feel like they have to stay with this carrier. That was Apple's plan. The carriers got onto it and they locked it in, and Apple did it, tested it. It's a test run like we talked about before. It's a test run. The no contracts. T-Mobile was the test dummy for that. And then what happened to that? Every other company did it. we're taking away your contracts, but we're gonna make you pay full price for your phone.
Yep.
Sign this contract. It's the same thing. So taking away the eSIM was a mistake, and it's not just for tech enthusiasts or people who consider it's the whole. You deserve your freedom to move about if you want to, and unfortunately, some people just don't know that they have that control. They don't.
Yep. And so Jojo said the one time I was pissed, I got rid of my Pixel 9 Pro. Don't be pissed because you can't use those. So I'm just being very clear, right? You cannot use your 9 Pro or 9 cases on the 10. If you have a good case like this is a very tight fitting case. It's a good case.
Yeah.
It won't fit. You have to buy new cases. Sorry. I mean, that's just what it is. And it's not surprising, right? They need to sell the accessories. And it's not just for them. It's for the contracts they have with accessory makers, all this stuff.
Yeah.
You're promising them I'm coming out with the same device, but you'll be able to sell your stuff. But anyway, with the eSIM stuff, I agree.
Yeah.
And here's the other interesting thing about the eSIM. Because the 10 Pro phone still has a SIM card, that tells you, like you said, Google knows it's not going to sell. And it's not going to sell to the carriers. Otherwise, it would be the same way. And so it's gone eSIM only for the standard 10 and 10 Pro, the bread and butter device, like you say, because those are the ones that are going through carriers. And it's the carriers, like you mentioned, are pushing them to remove the SIM card option, just like Apple. You want to sell no SIM card. And I totally agree. Why? Because they want to lock you in. They don't want to make it easy for you as the consumer to just pop your SIM card out and put it in it, or get a new SIM card from another service provider and put it in your phone. You have to contact them or go to their website, or however each wireless carrier does. They all do it differently. They don't let you do it online, but it's a process, right? And to your point, most normal consumers, if we're going to say that, right, they're not going to know how to go through that process, even if it is online. They're going to have probably call or go into a store, so you're locked in and dependent upon that carrier for anything you want to do with your phone. And that's the whole point. So I agree. It's totally about lock-in. They don't want to lose customers. It's another way for them to keep their customers and lock you in to their service.
That's exactly what's happening, because it started with Apple. I know you know, Grant, and some people in the chat probably know, but there's people out there that don't know that when this originally came about, eSIM was already out, folks. It's been on phones for years, right? Apple comes along and tells the carriers, hey, we want you to sell our phone. The carrier says, this is how it works. No. They're like, what do you mean? We want a better deal. What do you mean you want a better deal? Remove that SIM card so these customers can't just leave us without us knowing and take those phones and take their service somewhere else. Well, how are we going to do that? Take the SIM card out and make sure it's activated only for us. And that way they have to come to us, and we can definitely persuade them to stay more than you can. We'll tell them they need to upgrade. We'll tell them they need a different version. We'll tell them they need more storage. That is how it works behind closed doors. Apple doesn't have to sell in the US with the eSIM because Canada and everywhere else has a SIM card. But over there, they fight for their people. They're fighting for the consumers.
That's why it's US only, and that's why the international models have SIM card, because those countries demand you have to have SIM card. That's why it's a US only thing. If it was
Apple losing all the Apple losing all those lawsuits over there.
Yeah, if it was an Apple thing or a Google thing, Google would just universally do the same thing, right?
Why can't we get together like them? When they got together in the EU, they said no. Apple has lost I don't know how many lawsuits over there. Tons, and they're not paying pennies, folks. They're paying almost $1 billion on some of these lawsuits. They're paying out a lot because in those countries, they're fighting for the consumers. They're fighting for the consumers. Over here, we just kind of say, and not to be too political, but we see what we see. Like, why is it over here we're stuck with the high prices on smartphones that Xiaomi and all these other companies are killing it? They're beating out us by a long shot, by performance, cameras, everything, battery. But over here, we have to wait to see what we get next. That's not the way it should work. So people who are mad at us for saying that the SIM card is I've had people say it's not a big deal. I'm like, how could you? I don't understand how they feel like it's not a big deal.
Well, I think the people, when you hear folks, like what we're trying to explain now, it's not that. So people take it as a negative against the company or device that they like, but that's not what we're trying to say. We're just trying to, like you said, inform people that this is why they're doing it, so you can make an informed decision. And you can also understand why they're doing it to decide if you still like that approach or not, right? So if you have more information, you understand why it's happening, maybe your opinion will change. But if you're just going to blindly accept whatever is being given to you, this is what's going to continue to happen. And they're taking more and more things away because people are just passively going to go along with it.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people don't believe what there's actually something going on before it's going on. Like, again, not to be too political, but I've sat in on many meetings that I didn't think I should be in. I was like, you do know that you're talking about something that's going to happen in like 3 years? Like, why are we talking about this 3 years out? The companies have to stay like, people are talking about the iPhone Air and all. These iPhones are already generated and populated. They already have casts of them. Someone's using whatever it is. They've been using it for a year. Beta testing. Me and Grant beta tested a phone for about a year in advance. I did. I'm pretty sure Grant did too. The Axon 7. Remember the Axon 7? I can talk about it now. I had that phone
I still
probably
have
a
my
year.
prototype. I got
mine
somewhere.
over there.
Yeah.
I had access to these phones for a year in advance. So someone's already using the next version of the Ultra. That's how leaks come about. And also, if you don't know, most leaks are paid for by the company. I know this because I've sat behind closed doors and said, oh, we paid him this amount of money for him to say that it was a leak. They got to get your opinion on something ahead of time. Even if they're not going to take your opinion, the OEMs, they want to know that slight little bit. And Google is now, and this is why I say they're acting like Apple, because they don't have to sell their primary devices. Their bread and butter is eSIM only in the US. They do not have to do that. And again, like Grant said, it's just about educating the people out there, because I said it before, I'm not an influencer. I may influence some people sometimes, but I don't consider myself an influencer, and I'm not an ambassador anymore. And if I was an ambassador, like I was explaining earlier, there's creator, influencer, and ambassador. Ambassadors sign a contract, which I've done before. Hey, you want to be an ambassador for us? Okay, great. Here you go. And you're getting some kind of financial compensation. Can't get any more transparent than that. Influencers are set to influence. That's it. The ambassadors are trying to do the sales. The influencers are just to influence you to say, oh, this is really good, isn't it? And creators, they create.
The other thing, I mean, the thing around eSIM, right, is to be clear, right? Because some people make the argument it's not a big deal because it's easy to switch. Like carriers have made it easier to switch your eSIM from device to device, and some have, some haven't. But that's not the point, right? So to be clear, right, for me, I understand how to switch my eSIM, no problem,
Yes.
and it happens quickly. I've got US Mobile; they have an online process. It's very, very fast.
Correct.
The problem is it's mostly going to work smoothly for phones that are designed to work in the US. And that's because a lot of these carriers, including US Mobile, need to ensure that the phones are activated on their network, right? So there are some phones, I run into an issue where I tried to activate on an eSIM on a brand new Pixel, I think it was when the 8A first came out. They didn't have it registered. They didn't have the phone registered on their network yet. So even I couldn't switch my eSIM. They couldn't even do it for me through customer service because it wasn't registered onto the network yet. It's so brand new. So two problems: brand new phones, unless it's super popular like iPhone, may not be ready for the eSIM switch when they first come out.
Correct.
Secondly, yes, I can switch them easily if it's available, but not everyone knows how to do that. And thirdly, say you have a phone that's available internationally that can work here, you can't easily switch the eSIM all the time because it's not designed to work here. So it may not. It's not always easy. And even if it is easy, not everyone knows how to do it. So I've heard that argument too. It's not a big deal because it's so easy to switch.
Yeah,
and it is, but it's still not as convenient as pulling out a SIM card, and not as many people know, and it doesn't always go smoothly. So
correct.
I just say that much.
Before I give these numbers, Grant, first I'm going to give these numbers, and we're going to get, there's some questions in the chat. So we'll start with this one here and comment on some of these things as they come up. I appreciate everybody coming. I got to tell you the numbers on the 9. This is so vague. Someone told me, oh, the 9 Pro Fold did so well. This is very vague. It either sold 100,000 to 1 million. What? So basically, it probably sold 100,000 units, maybe. That's what the numbers show for the 9 Pro Fold. And we're talking about last year's device now. Why aren't these numbers publicly? Okay, anyway, I don't think the 9 Pro Fold did very well. I'm not trashing the device or anything, but first one here, carriers are going to start charging for eSIMs soon. And the reason I think, I'll tell you what I think, then Grant, you can comment. I think this is it's going to be true. Because I remember when SIM cards were free. And then came this thing out called a SIM kit. I remember the SIM kit came along. And they started charging $9. No, it was $5. And then when you go into it was $2.99 or something like that. When you would go into the store, they're like, "What's going to cost you $2.99?" You look at my SIM card doesn't work. It started off being free, then it went to $2.99. Then I think it was $5. And my history with this is based on T-Mobile. I was with T-Mobile for going on 26 years until I switched a couple of years ago. I was with them before they were T-Mobile, but this is all the transaction I remember with T-Mobile when it came to SIM cards. I had a Verizon account and AT&T for 10. I had a Sprint for 10. But T-Mobile was the longest. They eventually started charging for SIM cards. So I believe this statement to be true because they're going to tell you that it's a hassle. If you have to come into us to do it, we got to pay the workers. So I believe this to be true. Grant, what do you think?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, not only it's not a making money thing; it's to keep you locked in thing. Just that's why they want to charge you for a SIM card. They want, I mean, they are, and they still do charge you. Some people still charge you for SIM cards. So I wouldn't doubt it. Anything to keep you locked in, right?
Yep.
I don't want to pay for that. I'll just stay here.
Absolutely.
So and it also keeps you on their devices, by the way. So you don't go buy devices anywhere else. You stay on the one you bought from AT&T, or you want a new one, just buy from AT&T. We'll waive the fee.
Absolutely. You know what, Grant? We talked about them earlier, but we didn't. Now that we're talking about this, we can talk about it real briefly before I go to this next question here. I'll put it up so we can get a view of what it. We'll just answer these questions as they come in. But remember, some of you guys Grant's been a long time Best Buy user. I have too. Some of you guys in the chat have been. So you will remember when Best Buy only sold unlocked phones. Do you remember that? I remember when they only sold unlocked phones, then they switched to what's called universal. So whatever carrier you have, as soon as you put your SIM card in there, it locks it to that carrier. That was their first step. Because I got locked into, so I bought a unlocked phone and I said, well, I'm gonna be using this on Verizon and T-Mobile. But when I put it in T-Mobile, it locked it to T-Mobile. And that was several years back. And that's when I went back to them. I said, hey, what is this? Oh, we don't sell unlocked phones anymore. We sell universal phones. And I said, but you told me that this was going to work on, I told you I have 2 carriers. They said, yeah, it's yours. I said, well, you might as well return this. And I went straight to the Apple store instead. Yeah, universal now is what they sell. If they sell an unlocked iPhone, it's very rare. Like you look on their website now, none of the current iPhones are on there for unlocked. It's going to be older generations. They used to sell unlocked, but people were just buying them, and it was their freedom they had. They switched to universal iPhones. Next one here says, I have a question for you guys. As a person who owns an iPhone 14 Pro 1 terabyte, iPhone 16 Plus, blah, 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 paid off from T-Mobile, should I trade in the 16 Plus and get, this is a matter of,
half paid off though. Half paid off.
Yeah. Oh, half paid off.
So I don't know how you're going to trade in a device that's half paid off. That's not going to work.
You got to pay it off. You got to pay it off when you trade it in, I think. Yeah.
Well, it has to be fully paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah. They like when you go to check out or something, I think. I haven't financed a phone in T-Mobile in 10 years. I don't know how long I stopped doing it. But I'm pretty
when
sure
you trade it in, they'll run the IMEI and they'll check.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Okay.
If you don't have, if it's not fully paid off, they won't accept it.
Gotcha. All right, let's find out. Put your questions down here, guys. I want to get your questions here. I see Jerry said, would have upgraded to the Pixel Fold 10 on T-Mobile, like the Fold 7. I've been seeing that a lot. That people are saying, I waited on you've been sending it to in the comments. I was waiting on the Fold 10, but once I saw the presentation, I saw what they offered. They're still trying to sell me the same phone. I just got the Fold 7. I saw that a lot in my comment section. I see a lot of that. It.
Well, the only thing about that, so if you're looking for that, was that person looking for a Pixel 10 or a 10 Pro Fold?
Back up here for this one? Wait, no, back up here. This one.
Oh, well, that one. Well, I think.
Oh, was it this one? Oh, right here. This one right here. This one?
Oh, 10 Fold, yeah. You're waiting for the 10 Fold.
Yeah, 10 Fold, yeah.
I mean, so the one thing I'll say to that, though, it depends. So, I mean, if you really want a Pixel Fold, I would just go and look for a good deal on a 9 Pro Fold right now.
Absolutely.
They're basically the same device. I will say that the left hinge, the side hinge on the 10 Fold is definitely noticeably slimmer, for sure. I got photos of that. It's definitely noticeable, but there's nothing that I would pay like double the price for a 10 Fold when I can get a good deal on a 9 Pro Fold, which is basically the same thing right now. So if you really want a Pixel Fold, I would say look for a deal because there's deals right now on the 9 Pro Fold.
Can't be beat.
They're under they're like around $1,000 or even $900 or $1,000 right now.
Absolutely.
So I'd rather get that half off for almost essentially the same phone. If you really want a Pixel Fold, I would do that.
Absolutely. He's absolutely right because he has them both. He's going to have them both. And I'm considering. Only reason I'm considering buying the 10 is me and Grant talked offline. He said, "Man, well, you skip the 9, so and I still have my OG Folds. So I might pick up the 10. I got a nice discount. I might go ahead and do it because then I'll be able to freely move around."
We've got until October to figure out how to get the best deal on that thing. So
yeah. All right,
I'll probably eventually get it, and I figure I don't have to buy it now because it's not coming out till October.
Yeah,
I'm not letting them hold my money for over a month. So
that's exactly why I didn't pre-order. And I bet the pre-orders for the Pixel 10 Fold it's going to be low. It's going to be low. I think it's going to be low because that's not their bread and butter. The Pixel
Well, there's no
line is
deals
their
on
bread and
it.
butter.
There's no good. That's why the 9 Pro Fold didn't sell, because they didn't
Yep.
really make an effort. They didn't put any good deals on it.
Yep.
So of course it's not going to sell. There wasn't real. I don't think there were carrier deals, and through Google themselves weren't very good deals at all. So it didn't make sense.
Gary finally made it, guys. Gary is going to get this. You guys know who Gary is. He is going to get the 10 Pro Fold, I think, regardless. He's been going back and forth. I think he has a 9 Pro Fold.
He might do like we suggested, right? Which is look
Absolutely.
for a deal on a 9 Pro Fold, which
Absolutely.
is probably the smarter thing to do, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if I can find some more questions here. Let me see here. Oh, here's Gary. Google is acting like Apple because they want the sheep to be Google sheep or whatever they're going to be called. I still don't know why people are getting offended by this statement, but there are a ton of people that are literally getting offended by this, and I'm in shock as to why. Is it because it's true? Is that what it is? It's because it's true.
I think Google acting out because they want the sheep to be Google sheep or whatever. Oh, well, okay. So let's if we're talking about the whole Google trying to be the make Pixel make Pixel the iPhone of Android kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go back to their Made by Google show, they're trying to put real hard sells on iPhone owners to switch to Pixel. It came off as kind of desperate and kind of sad because that same VP of marketing was doing the pleading. She basically was like, "Oh, it's really easy to switch to their data transfer is really easy, and iMessage isn't a thing anymore because RCS." And Jimmy Fallon was like, "I don't know what RCS is, lady."
Embarrassing.
She asked him what RCS is, and he's like, "I don't know." It's like that killed that comment. But I mean, that was she was like, "It's really don't worry because it's easy to transfer your data, and iMessage isn't a thing because we have RCS now." I'm like, it came off as really desperate and sad.
It did. They wasted their money. How much money do you think? Oh, I can check. I'll see how much money they spent. I'll be able to. It should be, the purse should be online now, like boxing. The purses always leak out for what people made for being on these specials. So it should get out there.
Well, the problem is when you pay too much attention to another company, you're advertising for that company.
Absolutely,
all their shots were taken at Apple. All the shots were taken at Apple. That was just calling more attention to Apple because people were talking about it. And then you start mentioning Apple how many times in your presentation and telling people, "Oh, you should switch from iPhone." It's like, you're just acknowledging that the competition is way better at that point. That's the message I took away.
You know what's so funny? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said, like, if you keep acknowledging them, that's A, advertising for them, and B, you're acknowledging that the competition is really good.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it just comes off as really sad and desperate. So,
Samsung didn't do that, and they stole a lot of people with the flip side.
Do you hear Apple mention the competition in their presentation?
Absolutely not. Not at all.
Like, there is no competition. There's just iPhone. Buy the iPhone.
You need to be in competition with yourself. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, Gary. Yeah, it is absolutely true. It makes it way too difficult, especially for the average consumer, to say, "Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just switch." Yeah, it's intentional for sure. Apple pushes the narrative: once your battery gets to 80%, you need a new battery, which is wrong. That's just totally wrong too. And I think now one smart thing that Google did or Android has is that you can cap it now. You can, most Android phones now, you can set it to only charge to 80%. And also you can do that with Apple too. You can set it to where it's 80%, supposedly for longevity of the battery. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm charging to 100% anytime I want to. I'm not listening to these companies.
We don't keep our phones like as long as people do either. So battery degradation is not going to be a thing for us. The batteries are great.
We're not going to 6-7 years. We're not. No. It's too new.
Look at it this way: the people who watch your channel, watch our channels, listen to us, right? We're all tech nerds. None of us are keeping our phones long enough for the battery to degrade. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a guarantee. Post your questions down below, folks. Definitely looking forward to answering your questions right now. So if you have a question about the event or the Pixel phones, because me and Grant both have had hands-on time, we both also have all of the Samsung latest products, so you can post those on there too. And furthermore, Grant, let's piggyback to the next segment because it just has to be talked about. You just made one of the best statements ever that Google basically is advertising for Apple. And folks, what's the next event? September 8th, right? What's the next event? Apple. The new iPhone launches. And Apple doesn't have to advertise anything.
Apple's coming out with something new?
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. The next product launch is Apple. It's Apple. Straight up. And Apple, Apple's product launches aren't the greatest, but I still like it better than I like the pre-recorded Apple products launches. I don't like the live Apple product launches because they're holding up signs to try to make people clap for everything. You can just sit in your house and just clap if you want to, or laugh or whatever. I don't like those fake, and so Apple's event is already recorded and ready to go. It's already on their servers. It's just hidden away until it's time to launch it. And I think the Apple's devices, the competition, there's two things that Google need to do. And now that Samsung has done it and Apple's about to do it, they need to bring out something like this, which is the S25 Edge. They have to step into this arena, and then they have to bring a folding phone like this. They're going to have to, or they're not capturing anything. It may sound like I'm bashing Google or I'm against Google. I'm a pro Google user, but I only say something because I care and I spend a lot of money on their products. And the sad part is their software is great. Their software is great. They have it on lock. I prefer it. But when you couple it with not so great hardware, mediocre cameras when compared to the competitors, not so much mediocre, but just not up to snuff. I'm not going to say mediocre. That's a little harsh. But they're not up to snuff to what the competition is doing. Like OnePlus, killing it. The contract they have with Hasselblad, killing it. Because OnePlus's cameras were horrible for years. Then all of a sudden they got this deal and it took off.
So before we hit Apple, let's two things. So number one, good point, right? I think if you just listen to this, we sound like Google Pixel haters. Far from the truth. You and I have both owned every single Pixel device, every single Nexus device, every single Google device.
Yes.
So I think we're very much pro Google, pro Pixel. We love their products. I do.
Yeah.
I'll talk to myself.
Absolutely.
I've got the Google background. I've been to the store several times. I have everything that Google makes.
Yeah.
So I want them to do good. I want them to do good. I just like Jay, I pre-ordered
everything.
I pre-ordered the 10 Pro and the standard 10. I don't even want the 10, but
he doesn't even. I want the 10 for sure.
There's a question about the camera stuff. So let's just finish off the conversation on Pixel and the Pixel 10, because you have a different opinion than I do from the Pixel 10.
Absolutely.
And the ProRes zoom. So I hear this stuff going around a lot. So people, I even hear tech nerds complaining about this, like ProRes zoom. Why do I want 100 times zoom? I'm not going to use it. And B, if they're using AI, is it really a photo? I'm like, okay.
Correct.
I have a lot of feelings about that. Number one,
Grant is the cameraman, so he got advantage on me for smartphone. He's the camera.
I don't listen to too much of this stuff, but it's almost impossible to ignore. Yeah. And so when I hear this stuff, I look at who's saying it.
Yes.
And mostly it's iPhone people. I look at their channel; it's an iPhone channel.
Correct.
So I'm just like, just go back and use your iPhone, man. Like if you don't, you don't care about 100 times zoom because you don't have 100 times zoom on
Correct.
iPhone.
Correct.
You don't care about AI because Apple AI is trash.
It absolutely is horrible. It's horrible.
So this whole, if they use AI, is it really a photo thing? Give me a break, man. Like there's no smartphone with a small, tiny sensor like that's going to give you 100 times zoom without any kind of processing.
It has to.
Right. So all it is image processing. You label it as AI because everything is labeled AI. It's all computational, and you're going to have to. Otherwise, it's going to look like mush.
Yeah, pixel bending. Yeah,
and it's beneficial because it's not like they're changing the picture. Like I zoomed in on Taylor Swift at a concert from the nosebleed sections. I'm getting a picture of Beyonce.
Right.
You're switching the picture on you. You're just cleaning up the image so that you have something usable. And yes, it's very practical because of that exact example. How many normal people go to concerts in the nosebleed section, but they would like a nice photo of the performing artist or a video of it, right? All these things are very valuable. You go on vacation. Do you go on vacation? Do you zoom in to take things because they're very far away? Yeah. I do all the time. These are very practical. My mom does. So these are all very practical things. So yes, 100 times zoom can be useful. Not just 100. Anything past 30 is very, very useful.
Yeah.
I need a cleaner image where someone can actually see what the image is versus a picture of blurry mush. All the power to you. So yeah, I think it's very practical. Yes, it's still an image.
Yes.
The whole point of it is not to be accurate, it's that you can actually see what you're taking a picture of. So
absolutely.
But I've been hearing this, and I think it's just nonsense.
I think it's nonsense too. I think it's coming from people like you said who either don't have. Now, to be clear, it's not like because me and Grant, we talk about this a lot offline. If you're not in my private group, it's really that it's private. You can't come to my group if you're sensitive or you're one-sided. That's why there's only 20 people in there.
Oh,
I've tried
they
the
would not have liked the
yeah,
Pixel
I've
fans would
tried
not
the
have liked the
hundred
chat
and
after the event. So
yeah,
if they hit it on your video just for
yeah,
explaining very nicely,
you,
what their opinion was, which is the same thing we're saying here, they would not have liked
yeah.
our chat.
Because
So
believe it or not, me and Grant, we have a difference of opinion on this. And you notice he said it like
on
I
the
said,
Pixel 10, sure, yeah,
we
we don't
don't
have.
disagree. It's just a difference of opinion on it. Because he bought it like I bought it.
I have a
But
shirt. I bought a Pixel 10 shirt. I
right.
mean, my money. This is not given to me. So,
One thing that's interesting though, me and Grant, we have a difference of opinion also on the telephoto lens and whether it need whether you, he's a if you have not been to this dude's channel, I don't know why you're here and you don't know who you have to know who he is.
you don't have to.
He puts out top tier. I mean, he'll do like a I'm not even gonna spoil it for you. Go to his channel after the stream and watch what you get. You're gonna see hundreds and 600,000 views on those videos because he gives a thorough review of the cameras, something I never have the patience for. But as far as the telephoto lens, we have definitely talked about this, and I just don't see the purpose of a telephoto lens on a smartphone. At least I know there's a purpose, but I always say on my videos that I always say and I don't tell people they're wrong. I'm clear about that. You're not wrong for liking it. I'm just giving my opinion on it. I would definitely take a wide angle lens over a telephoto lens. So I'll ask the chat right now live, which one do you prefer? If you could only pick one, would you take a telephoto lens or an ultra wide lens? Now, they did add the telephoto lens to the Pixel 10. And me and Grant talked about this about 3 weeks back on his stream. We'll probably I don't know if we'll be over there or here next week, whatever, but you'll see us. We'll post it out there. So look for it. But we talked about this because they may be giving an extra lens, but it's the lens that they're giving. And I'm going to pull up this official specs while we get into this because.
So while you do that, two things. So before we get into the specs of the Pixel 10, right, cameras, it basically, to your point, it comes down to do you zoom more or do you want a wider field of view more, right? Like, do you want to take a wide, you want more of a landscape type of a shot? You want to get as much zoom as you possibly can, and you want ultra wide, or do you zoom more? That's well. Not only that, it's not just telephoto zoom, because telephoto zoom will be optical up to maybe 3, maybe 5x depending on the phone.
Right.
Telephoto lens allows you to zoom in further, even digitally. Because even if you don't have a telephoto, if you have a standard wide and you do a digital zoom on that, most phones only support maybe up to a 10x zoom. And it'll be kind of iffy quality at that. But if you have a telephoto, it does let you get in farther, and then not just farther, but then farther digitally, and you'll get a cleaner, closer image.
Absolutely.
That's the benefit of a telephoto lens.
Absolutely. And
not just that, if you like macro photography, getting close to things,
absolutely
a good quality telephoto lens can really get you some nice photo, and that's more for like photographers, artsy people. I get that.
Yeah, but Grant, answer this, Grant. Grant, ask, because I know the answer to this, and you do too. But on smartphones now, they're using the wide angle lens for the macro shots, right? On most of the phones, right?
That's if you want to get really up close,
like super, really.
And you want a clean image and a flat image. You don't care about things like depth of field. Where you have that kind of portrait effect of that natural background blur.
Right.
If you don't care about that, they're using the ultra wide to get really close. But what you're going to get is you're going to get a semi clear image, but you're going to get a flat image. And the reason why they do that is because the main sensors, they have a limited minimum focusing distance. You can't get close and have it autofocus enough to get a clean image. So that's why I'm using the ultra wide to get closer and get you a cleaner image, but it's going to be flat. It's not going to be, have that nice background bokeh. And Jade cut out, but he'll be back, I'm sure. But that's why you want a telephoto lens, right?
I think that's me. Is that me or you? I mean, that was me.
No, you just came back, so you cut out.
I wonder why my fiber. I'm on fiber, folks. 1 gig up, 1 gig down, and for some reason when I stream, I cut out every time.
Same.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Fiber.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so anyway, that's the whole deal with the telephoto. I know more people probably want ultra wide, as far as common casual people want ultra wide. But I do think a lot of people do zoom, and even if you're using a digital zoom, you get better quality even through a telephoto.
Yeah.
So
maybe I feel like that because I'm more on the vlogger side. You think?
I don't know. Some people just rather have a wider field, because even when you vacation shots, right, you want that landscape shot. You want to fit more in the frame, right? You want a broad shot. Or you're standing too close to something and you just want to get the full picture. You want the ultra wide. So
got it.
But I still think casual people do zoom. Like I think they'll zoom
they
in
do
at
too.
concerts, they'll zoom in on things on vacation all the time, or when you're just out and about, you want to see something.
Yeah.
You zoom in on it. Like I do it all the time. Like I'm far away from something, but I don't even want it for a nice picture. I want it so that I can see what it even says, or I get a clear picture of something far away so I can show like my wife or something,
Right.
Stuff like that. I don't even care about the quality. I just care about that you can see it.
Right. Right.
So zoom for me at least comes. I like both ultra wide and zoom.
Right.
Handy. But on a Pixel 10, we can talk about this.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up these specs.
I definitely have feelings about this.
He does, folks, and I don't disagree, because the reason I'm excited about it is because at least it's there. Because I promoted the 9. The 9 is one of the, and the 9's cameras are probably technically going to be better than these 10s.
Can you hit the tech specs up there?
Yeah, I'm about to go to compare.
What is the max zoom on the 10 going to be?
I'll go back for a second.
Because
it's going to be over here anyway. So I wanted to show let's put the 10 in the middle, and we'll put the 9. Well, you know what? Let's do it like this: 10, 9.
Because on the standard Pixel 9, the regular Pixel 9. The max zoom I think is like 8x. It's not even a 10x zoom.
It's 5, I think.
So on the Pixel 10, because it does have a telephoto lens, the digital zoom should be longer than 8x.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Right here.
Able to go to something like maybe 20.
10x.
Oh, 10. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 10x, and it's got 20 times.
It'll go a little farther. So the 9 only goes to 8. This will go to 10. It's using a telephoto lens to do it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Because that's pretty impressive on the 9, though, right? But that's digital on the 9, so that's really impressive at 8.
Yeah, but it's still garbage. I mean,
it is. It's
not good enough for anything.
But you got 20 times zoom on the super res, 20 times, and the super res over here is 8.
Yeah, see, it'll be a 20, like I said, 20x.
Yeah, it's a 20, like you said. Yeah, 20.
Because it's going to use a telephoto on that. So
absolutely.
So basically on a standard 10, you're going to go from a max 8x on your Pixel 9 to a max 20x on the Pixel 10, which makes sense because it now has a telephoto and it's going to use a telephoto lens to do that.
Correct. So I put the Pro on the right, and I put the 9 in the middle. And so this area right here, Grant broke this down to me on his stream about 3 weeks back. I think these are still the official specs too that leaked out. So he was breaking down to me, and I was adamant, like it should still be pretty good, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if it's actually good. So it should technically be sufficient, to be good enough. But when you look at it like this, and you look at what they're doing here, the first thing you see is them drastically downgrading the ultra wide camera to a 13 megapixel from a 48. That's not good. Now, I didn't put this into perspective until I'm seeing it right now.
So in general, what they're doing, right? So last generation, the Pixel 9 had a standard wide and an ultra wide angle camera with no telephoto, but those two lenses were the exact same sensors that you get in the Pro model. So they're the same main camera, same ultra wide angle camera as the Pro model last year. This year, right? You're getting the same main camera and same ultra wide angle camera as the Pixel 9.
Yeah. Look at the 10 Pro.
In the standard 10. So the 10 cameras this year is going to go from Pro level cameras to the A series cameras. That's what you're
getting.
But they're throwing in a telephoto lens. You get farther digital zoom. That's fine. But as far as just using it as a telephoto camera, it's pretty bad.
There it is, Grant.
It's a very tiny sensor.
Here's my 9A. Grant's right. Grant is absolutely right. Here's the 9A. The only difference is it's a quad pixel. That's all.
This is why I said the Pixel 10 makes sense if there's not going to be an A series device this year. So if they don't release the 10A, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But look at this, Grant.
And it's a bigger differentiator, right, between the standard
and
the Pro. Because last year was like, I would just say get the 9. If you don't care about
absolutely,
you don't care about long range digital zoom.
Said that.
Just get the standard 9. You get Pro level cameras in a 9.
Absolutely.
You just don't get any good zoom. That's it. So you don't care about zoom. Save money. Get the 9. Get Pro level camera.
Absolutely.
But not this year. This year you're getting A series camera, which is fine if they're not coming out with an A series, and it makes a bigger differentiator, a reason to get the Pro model now. So
absolutely. And you see how they snuck that in there, Grant? They're going to force you, to a person who's paying attention, who really likes cameras, you're not fooled by, because a few weeks back you were like, "No, Jay, I don't know, man. They're adding it, but I would still tell a person to get the 9 instead of the 10."
Well, what's bad is you see tech sites. I see all these articles leading up to this release and probably even after release that's saying why people love the Pixel 10. And they're saying because now you have 3 cameras. I'm like, come on, man. These are tech sites. And they're telling
Yeah.
people Pixel 10 cameras are going to be better because you're getting a telephoto lens. No, it's not. They're worse sensors.
Yeah.
You're going from pro level sensors in the 9
Yeah.
to A level sensors in the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so A, the cameras are worse, so that's
Yep.
not a reason to get a 10. The
Yep.
reason why you want to get the Pixel 10 is you want to save some money.
Yep.
You don't care that much about photography. You
Yep.
just want good enough photos, right?
Yep.
That's how you get the 10. You don't get the 10 if you really care about cameras and are expecting
correct.
cameras like last year.
Yeah.
And so they downgraded both sensors, main and ultra wide, just to kick in a pretty terrible telephoto sensor.
Yep.
So this telephoto sensor is really it's pretty bad to me. It's a pretty small tiny
Yeah.
sensor. The reason why they did it is to get you longer range digital zoom, which is fine because ProRes zoom is really good. But as far as using it as a straight up optical telephoto camera, no, terrible.
I think Big House said it best. Look what Big House just said. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense if they're going to come out with an A series device. If you come out with a 10A, oh, I'm really terrified to see what the 10A is going to be because I've seen another comment by another tech person. If this is what the Pixel 10 is, I can't wait for the Pixel 10A. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, no, the 10A is going to be trash.
I don't want to see an A series because this is going to be trash.
It's going to be trash.
So like,
it's going to be trash.
Not to put down other people, but I don't understand. These are credible journalists.
I hear you.
I hear saying this kind of, and it's I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying it's misleading the people.
It's extraordinary.
To me, it's very misleading to people, and that's not what we, at least you and I.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. You don't do that.
We may sound like we're putting down devices, but we're just trying to give people this is the reality of it, right? And so you just need to be aware going into your purchase that whatever people are telling you, it's not always true. This is the reality of it. And so I'm not against the Pixel 10. I think it's for a lot of people. You can save some money. You don't care that much about photography. You want good enough cameras. You want longer range digital zoom than you got from the 9 last year.
Absolutely,
it's a great device.
Absolutely.
Right? But if you're expecting pro level cameras in the 10 like you did in the 9 last year, no, that's not the case. And that's what some tech sites are making it sound like, and that is not it.
It is not. And like I said, folks, Grant knows his stuff. He broke this down about 3 weeks back. We weren't streaming on this channel. We were streaming on his channel. So make sure you follow him so you can see when we're live on Fridays. But he broke this down, and when I see it like, because at first I was a little reluctant. I was like, well, I don't know, Grant. At least they're getting it. But now when the official thing is out and the numbers are up, when I'm looking at this side by side like this is bad. I mean, look at the 10, 9A, and 8A. Or that's just nuts.
Well, I bought a Pixel 10 too. I didn't want to buy a Pixel 10 because it's not for me. But I bought it because I want to actually see what the results look like. I want to test it. I want to see what the camera results really look like, because I'm just saying a bunch of stuff now based off of the specs and what they say, right? And also from experience, because I've tried.
Right.
Not only that, but the Pixel 10, these cameras are the same cameras that exist in the 9 Pro Fold. Mm-hmm. So 9 Pro Fold uses A series cameras, and I have the 9 Pro Fold. I've tested 9 Pro Fold cameras. And they're good because of Google's image processing and all the ProRes zoom stuff.
But wow, look at that.
It's not good.
Man. And people say, I've never looked at it this way. But when I put out my video on the 9 Pro Fold, I told people, I'm just not impressed with these cameras. And they thought I was crazy. Oh, no. But now when you look at it like this,
they're not good.
It's got the same cameras
for what the sensors for how tiny those sensors are, Google processing is good. It looks pretty good. But if you compare it to other pro-level cameras and other smartphones, it's not even close. Google's image processing can't save those sensors. And so those are the exact same sensors that are in the 10. So like, I would expect the same results. And so it's not like I'm saying this stuff out of thin air, right?
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that's in the 9 Pro Fold. I've used the 9 Pro Fold. I've tested it. I know what it's capable and what it's not.
I've never even looked at it this way.
It's not going to be good enough compared to the competition.
Right? I've never looked at it this way.
But it's good enough for everyday use. It's going to be more than good enough for everyday use, right?
Grant putting you up on game, man. I'm telling you, we talk about.
But I got the 10 anyway because I don't want to just talk trash about the 10 and not prove it. So I'm gonna test it.
You've proven it right here because
it's not going to be as good. It'll be good enough, but it's not going to be great.
I did not even think about putting the 10 next to the 9 Pro Fold. You have just locked me in on something. I just never even thought about it. If you're a camera person, you're pretty much. Sadly, the 10 is. as far as these numbers go, isn't the 10, doesn't it have a better ultra wide camera technically? Because it has a quad pixel instead of a dual. It doesn't have autofocus, but does it even matter?
Are you looking at the telephoto camera?
No, no, the ultra wide.
Ultra wide's not gonna be good, man. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Look, for me, all ultra wide angle cameras are not great because they put smaller sensors in the menu. It's good enough to it's good to get you the wide field of view.
Yeah.
And that's
quality's gonna be trash.
and it's fine. But
Yeah.
you know, and I get this. Not everyone does low light photos, but I think people do. You go to Disneyland, you go like you go out to dinner, you know whatever. You take pictures in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Low light ultra wide is gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
But the question: do you think it was a good idea for Samsung to trade the 10x on the S21 Ultra, the S23 Ultra for the 5x they have?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they downgraded it basically, right?
Well, no, I mean they have a 5 and a 10x right now.
Oh, okay.
So they have dual telephoto sensors, right? 5 and a 10x. But yeah. So with that, so what they did was they went from a what is it? They went from a
Here we go.
bigger. No, they went from a bigger to a smaller sensor. I forgot.
Yes, it's a smaller sensor. I think it's a smaller sensor,
but to more megapixels. So that
more pixels.
They're making up
Pixel
for
bending.
the sensor size. Yeah,
Pixel
they're making
bending.
up for the sensor size by just pixel bin it. But
yeah, that's what they're doing.
But actually, Samsung their dual telephoto system is actually pretty good for what it is. Their sensors are small compared to like the international competition.
Yeah.
But they actually produce pretty good results, and they can be used as telemacro sensors. So most telephoto cameras, because they're meant for zoom, they're not good at taking macro up close shots. They can't focus that close. But now a lot of the competition in China is coming up with telephoto sensors where you can actually get close, or telemacro, so you can take macro shots with it.
Oh yeah.
Samsung sensors, you can actually do the same. So I give them credit for that. You can actually take some nice macro shots with those Samsung telephoto sensors.
Man,
it's large.
I had like this awakening on this stream. Like I didn't realize how good this phone was. The 9A is actually, when you start to compare,
the 9A, if it's an everyday phone, you just need good enough photos.
I use it every day.
Yeah, it's.
I feel better. I feel much better about this.
The 10 is a 9A without the telephoto.
Pretty much with a different body.
So
a better
if you're getting
body.
the 10 because you don't care about cameras, just get the 9A. Unless you really want zoom.
I think what's the name said that. I think somebody said Big House said that earlier. Get the 9A and save a ton of money, because the 9A went to $399 at one point. That's recently. That's.
But if your argument is more, if the argument is most normal consumers don't care about zoom, they really care more about ultra wide. And if that's true, then don't even get the 10. Get the 9A.
Yeah, correct. And in this chat, everybody pretty much went with telephoto. They like telephoto. But look at the battery size that's bigger on the 9. I mean, the 9A, I didn't even think about. Another thing you pointed out was very interesting that I didn't even pay attention to was the camera sensors on the 9 Pro Fold and the 10. That is nuts.
Yeah, 9 Pro Fold.
Can't believe that.
The 9 Pro Fold is 9A cameras.
I did not even.
That's what the 10 Pro Fold is, because it has the same camera. So
you know what that means? Everybody who praised the Fold 9 Pro Fold, they should be praising the 10. They should be praising the 10.
Well, the 10 technically is a better device. It's a larger battery, new Tensor chipset, slimmer hinge. Technically, it is better than 9 Pro Fold. It's just more the same, but it is better.
Yeah, that's freaking nuts, man.
But it's A series cameras, so
that is nuts. And so we were talking about this earlier, how they're just not offering anything when it comes to the Fold. They never Google never offers anything when it comes to, because I don't believe that they even believe in this phone right here. And like other companies believe in their foldables. But $1,800 for this phone, a phone to me that's already better than this, and it's old, 2 years old, is the OnePlus Open. I think the OnePlus Open is still the better option than this. You can even get the terabyte version now on sale. And why does Google keep doing this right here?
The most you're gonna look at that trade-in deal. The most you're gonna get back is $760, and that's on the 9 Pro, and that's on a 9 Pro Fold. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely, which is a ripoff.
So I'm not gonna give you my 9 Pro Fold and give you over $1,000.
Nope, not gonna happen. Why do they keep doing this right here? Why do they do this right here? Why can't they make foldables like other people? Why do they keep doing this right here?
To be fair, that's how the OnePlus Open looks.
Yeah, but the OnePlus Open is a much better looking version. I guess
it's the same. It's the same hinge.
You're right. It is. Maybe it's the way it looks on the back. It's their design, man. It's the color scheme.
And to be fair, the 9 Pro Fold is thinner than the Open.
It is. It
It's
absolutely
thinner.
is. It
And it
is.
has that same corner hinge.
I don't know what it is. What is it then?
Except the Open has a slimmer left hinge if you look at it straight on. So it's still got those hinge corners. It's got the corners, but the hinge that runs down the left hand side is almost non-existent on the Open.
Okay, my Open is.
If you look at this 10 Pro Fold, it's gonna look like that OnePlus Open hinge because
you're right.
It'll still have the corners, but on the 10 Pro Fold, that left hinge that's on the 9 Pro Fold it's not there anymore. It's almost gone.
Oh, you're right. It's the same design, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the camera module. Everything is like it's a total package. So if it has a bad package, I don't like the rear design of the Pixel Fold. So maybe that's why I notice it more. Maybe that's what it is. That could be what it is.
I went to the store. I held this today. I put this in my hand today, and immediately that left hinge disappears compared to the 9 Pro Fold.
Yeah, I definitely she's gone. Oh, she must have gotten up early. I definitely picked up the phone like you did. I checked it out. And I was like, I like it, but I didn't like it that much. I don't know.
I could share photos I took of the phone.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I could do that. Let me see. Can you see this?
I can't. You should be able to share too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sharing, but it won't let me put it up unless maybe you have to let me share it.
Well, no, you have full access. Oh, let me stop sharing this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Maybe it's because I can see. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, got it. Boom. There it is right there.
There you go.
Got it.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go. So I went to the Mountain View. So Google headquarters, this is their Google store. I went there this morning to get some product shots because Best Buy have those, hideous security stuff on the back of these things.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've all seen the Pro stuff, right? So I'll get the Fold.
Should I get the Pro, man? I got the 10.
Oh, here's what I'm talking about. So here's the case. So this is my 9 Pro Fold case on the 10 and 10 Pro.
There you go, Jojo.
It looks okay, right? It looks okay like this, but it's slightly shifted down, so it's slightly covering the bottom of this module. And the problem that creates is so it looks nice. You can't tell it doesn't obstruct anything, but if you have a really well fitting case,
should I get the Pro, man? I mean, I bought them all last year. Should I just get the Pro just because I'm not getting the XL? I'm not getting the XL.
Oh, here, this is what it does. See?
Oh yeah.
So because it's not flush on the camera module, it doesn't go all the way in. So from the side, it'll look like this.
Got it.
So yeah, you need new cases. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm glad you took all these. Put them out, dude. I'm look that comparison up. Yes, right there. You holding out, man. I didn't even know you had this
one.
So. Oh yeah, that hinge is much slimmer.
Guess which is which because Android.
Oh, we already know which one is which. That one over there is.
Android's still in our chat. He's trying to cause problems.
Yeah, right.
I mean, obviously, right. So this is the 10. This is the 9. So like you can see how thick the left hinge is on the 9 Pro.
Yes.
And on the porcelain version, this is way worse because it stands out, that gold. That's why I got the black in the 9 Pro. You don't see it as much, but it's clearly way thicker than this jade version. Here you can see the strip of the gold here. So it's almost gone on the left side on the 10 Pro versus the 9 Pro. But you still got the corners, obviously, because they want to keep the same on the display.
They put it in line with the OnePlus Open then.
That's what I'm
basically
saying. Oh,
yeah, finally.
The OnePlus Open still has these corners, but the left hinge is almost non-existent, right? So it's pretty much like that now, which is a big problem. Like I'm not a problem, but it's an eyesore, right? On when you're looking at this 9 Pro XL. Yeah, so like that's why I try to get kind of a little bit close. You can really see on how thick this left-hand hinge is compared to this.
I'm so glad you took all these photos. I didn't even think to take. They were watching me in there. I was like, I was the only one in there too.
That's the video. But from the side view, pretty much the same. I mean, we're hoping that this module will be a little slimmer, but it's pretty much the same, right?
I don't know, man. I'm just not.
And then even from a head-on, the borders on the bezels, right? I mean, still pretty much the same. maybe slightly smaller.
Yeah.
I think they're.
Well, no.
They
I
kinda
think they
look
look
the same to me.
smaller on the old one, on the 9.
Either way, it's not nothing. It's not anything super noticeable like the left hinges.
Yeah.
And here's the Moonstone. Moonstone definitely looks a lot better. So than that Jade one.
That Jade one is hideous. I talked about it in my video too. I was like, this
That's this one.
is freaking horrible. That's
Versus
ugly
this.
in person. People are
Oh, yeah,
folks.
it's not.
If you,
It's not
okay,
good.
no disrespect though. No disrespect. If people who pre-ordered this, when you get this in person, you're gonna be second guessing yourself. Like that one color.
Oh, here, this one.
Oh man.
You don't
That
like
is
this? You don't.
hideous.
What is this one
Hideous.
called? Lemon or something? Whatever.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Is it lemongrass again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, because these are all the 10 colors. That's that lemongrass. I got this indigo, but this
Oh, we got the same thing.
Like,
we got. I mean, the
this
indigo
is almost like Moonstone or Iris. What's
the
I forgot
frost?
what this color is called.
The frost.
Frost.
That's
Yeah,
frost. I really like that one, but I got the indigo.
Yeah, I got indigo because the bright blue. That's like the color of the year, like Samsung with their super bright blue. But Samsung is more like a darker navy. But I like this. I like that. And then I didn't like this thing, this magnet thing, because I thought it was too big. But actually, in person, it's pretty slim. See, look at that. I thought it was huge and bulky.
That looks good.
It's actually pretty slim. The problem is the magnet's not very strong. Like I pulled this thing off. I think, yeah, I'm gonna pull it off here. Like I could shake it off pretty easily. Like I wasn't really shaking this thing that hard, and then it kind of just came off. There, it just pops right off. So the magnet on that thing isn't very good.
It's not strong?
No, you just saw me pop it off, right? Like I just shook it off. Boom.
Oh yeah, no. So that means
when I was putting it off and on, I could tell it wasn't very strong, so I just tried to kind of shake it off. And
everybody who's doing that is lying. Then they're lying because you see all the.
It's a very weak magnet. At least it wasn't stored. So.
They're saying most of the people I've seen do that. Sorry, I'm trying to like do 15 things at once, folks. I'm trying to because we have to cut here in a second, but I'm trying to do something before I cut and keep going. But everybody who's saying that magnet thing you just showed, go to the case right there. Go to that indigo case.
Yeah, they have all the cases out there too.
Those cases, folks, are $40. $50. That is nuts. I'm going to be waiting for those to go on sale.
And then Moonstone. But yeah. So they had everything there. It was really nice. And without all the ugly security stuff, so you get a nice clean view of the phones. And see, they're not even on any kind of tether. So you just pick them up and use them.
Yeah, where I'm at, they're
just watching you like a hawk. But I mean,
they're watching me, but and they're on a tether here. They're watching me and they're on a tether. I'm like, it's not a big tether like Best Buy, but it's still on a tether though.
The new watches go edge to edge on the display, which is nice.
That's pretty cool. But I said, hey, question. Me and Grant talked offline about this in the private group. Who here is buying the Watch 4? Anybody here buying the Watch 4?
Because you can see the Watch 4 goes to the edge, and this is my Watch 3. I should change the same face, but like it doesn't go as nearly edge to edge. Oh, and here's the Moonstone band. So this is the Moonstone band on the right, the new one, and this is my Moonstone band on the left. So it's completely different colors.
That's a completely different shade.
Yeah, it's completely different. So this shade matches the shade this year, and this was last year's Moonstone shade. So completely different.
Oh my God, man! You cheating? You holding out, man? You got all these nice pictures.
This is the merch. So
that's the mugs. And you took a lot of photos, dude. I couldn't do anything. They were like
you had washi tape. You had washi tape.
I was what?
See?
What the heck?
It's washi tape. It's basically designer tape with patterns on it. So they have this kind of stuff for everything. So they came out with Pixel, and then the shirt they have. So long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, we don't have any of that. And maybe I'll go back to the store this weekend and see if they have some more stuff. Because when I was there, I was the only customer in there, and they were watching me. They were watching me like a hawk. I was like, and the device was tethered down.
I had like 3 or 4 people come up to me, just ask, they want to see if they want to ask if you need any help, but really what they're doing is making sure you don't steal anything.
I'm definitely not stealing anything, sir.
Because I kept handling. I was handling this stuff. I was taking pictures and videos. So they're watching me like a hawk. I had like 4 people come up to me to check on me to make sure I'm not taking anything.
Oh my God.
But yeah, anyway.
This is good stuff, dude. How do I do? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Turn it. Okay, there we go. Man, I had a blast, and I think you guys had a blast too. I know we had some technical issues at the beginning. Grant, how do I close this thing? I always ask Grant, how do I do this? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm trying to close out this other thing over here. I'm only sharing these, so it'll close out once we finish. But yeah, man. We streamed a little bit earlier today, personal reasons. Had some other things going on, so we kicked in 2 hours early. Glad to see you all here. And we've got some events coming. Like September is right around the corner, folks. So, Apple. Let's see how this plays out. I'm gonna be all in with it. I'm excited about it. But what I want to do is I want to get one last question here. One last vote from the people that are watching this live. I appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up, folks, if you haven't already. If you feel like you had a good time, don't hit it if you didn't. But it is what it is. Hopefully you're having a good time. We had some technical issues at the beginning, but we got it figured out.
No, we're Pixel haters. So they don't like us anymore.
Man, you know what? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why people would take the time out of their day to type out an insult. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't see how we're Pixel haters. You got the background. I've got the Google store. I bought the shirt. I mean, come on. We both pre-ordered the phones.
Yeah. We're haters. We don't know anything. We don't buy all these phones every year.
Money, right? No review units.
Yeah. If I get a loaner unit, like I got the Pixel 9 Pro Fold on loan from my sponsor. I said that. I still reviewed it though the same. I was like, yeah, I don't really care. It's okay. It's all right. I'm not that impressed with it.
Yeah. That's a review. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with it.
That's how I have to title the video. Pixel 10. It's all right.
Yeah. Hopefully the Pixel 10 impresses me like the 9 did. But man, I'm gonna, because I'm not really into specs. I'm into performance. I'm gonna put that on a shirt soon, so look out for that. It's already patents. Performance over specs. You'll be seeing that coming soon. So, but I gotta tell you, I'm gonna just use this phone. And I think I'll get the 10. You kind of can. Well, instead of getting the 10 Pro, see, I don't even want the. Did we look at the 10 Pro's cameras?
It's exactly the same as the 9 Pro. Nothing to see here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get the 10.
The Fold cameras are the same as the 9 Fold, and the 10 Pro is the same as the 9 Pro. Exactly same sensors, exactly the same. So
I'll probably have to get the 10 Pro then. I don't want the XL. I don't want that big phone. But the 10, I'm gonna try to use the 10, enjoy it as much as I can, and I'll have to put it on one of my numbers that doesn't require a SIM card. And I've only got one other phone that doesn't require it. I have 3 numbers. One of them is like my primary, it's my second line, but it doesn't require a SIM card. So I don't care if I don't have a SIM card in it right now. So as long as I get my phone calls,
I might like the Pixel 10. I'm hating on the Pixel 10 right now, but I bought it.
Oh yeah.
I want to see. So you never know.
I liked the 9 last year, man, and the 10 is a downgrading camera.
It's a Pro phone last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good. Really good.
You can't get anything past Grant. He's going to remind you it was a Pro. I feel bad. I think I want to go just.
I recommend it. I would recommend it.
I should not have sold my 9, but I thought the 10 was going to be like a major switch. But it's all good.
And then when US Mobile was selling that 9 for like $20,
that is the
steal of the century.
That's a gimme. That's a steal, folks. You got to do your own research. On this channel, we like to keep people informed and educated, and we just want to make sure. I try to remind people all the time. Granted, when in these kind of conversations, you have to be realistic and think of the people who are actually spending the money. And it's really not us. Even though we're spending a lot of money, we aren't keeping these companies afloat. They don't really like us. We're looking for the best deals. We're doing trade-ins, but the consumers who don't think outside the box, they're keeping these companies afloat. They're not changing their cell phone bills. They're paying. They're doing whatever they told to do when they go in the stores. They're just buying what they need. They're just doing what other people tell them to do and not getting what they need. So there's people like that. Those are the people. Those are the masses, the normal consumers who are keeping these companies afloat. Because I'm not buying it. I'm not buying into the hype of everything all the time. So that's my reminder.
And the thing is, we're not hating on the phone. We're just telling you what the phone actually is.
Absolutely.
Who might want that phone and who might not want that phone.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm not hating on the Pixel 10. I'm just telling you, if you care about cameras and you're expecting pro level performance like you did last year, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But it is for some people. you don't care about photos that much. You want to save some money. Pixel 10 will be a great phone.
Yeah.
So,
And like what's things, I think Big Al
simple as
said it
that.
earlier, the 9A is actually looking really good now. I'm keeping that 9A. I'm not giving it up. I'll probably end up getting
Like
me
you asked,
another
do you care
9.
about a telephoto or not? And if the
Yeah.
answer is no, and you don't
Yep.
really care about pro level photos, then get the 9A.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct.
Save even more money and don't get the 10.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Well, guys, we're going to wrap up, man. I hope you guys, I got to get a little early. I'm getting beeps and phones and texts everywhere. I'm sorry I was a little distracted for the last 15 minutes, but I have a lot going on. So I have to, okay, I got to get going. But next Friday, hopefully
That's
there'll
okay.
be.
Leave the stream on. I'll just keep going.
Can you do that? I don't even know if you can do that. But I really had a good time. Again, technical issue at the beginning. This is a real world test. We're human. We keep pushing. And I just want to thank Grant for starting this whole thing up, man. He got me back into streaming. He got me pumped up again.
No, this is fun.
Yeah, it really is. See, when you're streaming by yourself, you have to keep everybody entertained. But when you're streaming with someone, you got support, and then the chat doesn't feel so hard to watch.
You don't need me to do that. So just
man, no, yes, I do. Yeah, it's hard to stream by yourself sometimes. But when you have some people, and I would love to get a guest on every now and then, get another perspective from some people, man, because I think the more people you have that can use the left side of their brain, the streams become even more entertaining and they become better and more informed. So thank y'all, man. Look for a link from either me or Grant next Friday, and we'll keep this train going. And hopefully, but will we have our devices by then? No, we won't have our devices by then. Oh yeah, we will. We will. Is next week is delivery date, right? For some of them, right?
Thursday.
Okay. Hopefully, I'm
going to the Google store to pick it up. So
okay, I think I got one on order. So
unless something weird happens, I should definitely have it in hand next week.
Well, maybe I'll walk into the Google store and just because I got mine order. I got an order, but I didn't. I just got the 10. So maybe I'll get the Pro, just the Moonstone, just because. We'll see. Anyway, Grant, you want to close us out?
And you can. So
yeah, you know they hate me. Grant, you want to close us out?
Good, man. I appreciate you having me on. This is a lot of fun, man. I
love it.
Talking tech, it's fun, So yeah, I'm all for keeping this thing going as long as you want to keep it going.
Oh, man, I needed this, man. I was bored. I'm doing smartphone reviews. It's cool and everything, but man, that's why I start putting up some of my car stuff. Because you burn out too fast.
Next week will be fun if we both have the phone. It'll be
hopefully I have mine. I'll be if I don't get it, maybe I'll just walk into the store and buy one and then cancel it. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll try to. Anyway, folks, it's your man Jay. You can see us on social media. If you're in the private group, you're one of the blessed ones because that group is very small. I plan on keeping it small, but I forgot. I don't even think I have the link up anymore. But hopefully, if you want to get in, come in with the left side of your brain, think logically, be open-minded, and maybe I'll let you in that group. Because if your feelings are hurt easily, and you're easily sensitive, if you use a lot of profanity, we don't do any of that in there. It's just real grown-up adult talk about technology. And it's very nice, actually, to have a nice, calm, peaceful, private chat at any given time. Sometimes there's people chatting at 4 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, because, different time zones. And if you're in there, you're in there. Thanks, Grant. Thanks, everybody. Thumbs up if you had a good time. And we'll see you next Friday. Take care.